to read my Bible for a little bit, and then I'm going to prune the lilac bush outside, the lilac tree bush, because it is so big outside of our house. I'll read for a little bit and charge the vlog camera, because actually I forgot to charge it yesterday. And I'm going to explain lilac bushes and why you prune them after. I'm going to attempt to show you lilac and like why you prune it, okay? So this is the thick side, yeah, okay. So here is a lilac bush. This is just all the branches. You get the point, okay? That's like all the branches. And of course on each branch there's leaves. So it kind of fills in like this, okay? Okay, so every single year, a lilac grows a little bit, like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. So these light-colored ones are gonna be like the new growth. So each year, here, you can play with that. Here you go. Okay, so each year the lilac grows just a little bit, wherever, and that's what I'm showing you in this. Well, a lilac blooms on last year's growth. So last year it would have bloomed like on these, and then it grew these this year. Does that even make sense? Okay, so like this year, forget that. If it was spring and all of these grew last year, then these will all bloom on these. If it was spring right now, okay? So a lilac bush produces lilacs in the spring. They're like purple. I know there is like white ones too. All I have is purple ones. So it flowers in the spring and it has new growth. And then the next year, the flowers bloom on last year's growth. What are you doing? So I'm gonna show you why you wanna keep pruning it because of that. Okay, I'm gonna draw a tree or a lilac bush right here now that like hasn't been pruned, okay? Okay, I drew one right here. So if you don't prune it, then every year that your lilac is blooming on new growth, it's going to get more like sparse, empty. So like if these were the new growths, it's only gonna grow like this, which can be like pretty empty. Rather than if you kept up with pruning and you kept it like this, now imagine like all the new growth like filling in all over here. Does that make sense? So you're gonna like, it's gonna look very bare if you don't prune it, because you're gonna get lilacs just on these new growth, and the lilac bushes will get so tall, like they can get up to 14 feet tall. Rather than if you kept like a smaller one and then you prune it every year, so it's only gonna bloom on the new growth, but you've kept it pruned so well, and so it looks a lot more filled in. You can also probably just like Google that or something, but I thought that was a fun little thing to teach you before I go prune it. So they bloom in the spring. Here ours bloom in May. And then whenever you want to prune it, you want to do it like after it blooms. So I have like all the way until, I guess, the beginning of fall to prune it, I think. So I'm just going to prune it right now. It's July 31st. I pruned our other one in the backyard a lot. Like ours have gotten so out of hand. But the thing is about pruning it right now is it's already had its new growth. And it blooms on last year's growth, remember. So if I prune it right now, actually, next year I'll have cut a lot of the places that it was gonna flower. So next year will be pretty bare and empty, but then it'll grow, and then the next year it'll bloom on that growth. So hopefully that wasn't too boring. I love talking about pruning the lilacs. I don't know why, but I think it's fun, and it's fun to keep up on something, and lilacs are so pretty and they smell so good. What do you have? Junie Bug, are you making a mess? We just got Junie this new seat, so it clips onto the table, and then we're gonna get rid of this one and sell it. That's just easier, and he can be at the table with us, and we can bring it places if we want. All right, my breakfast, Max's breakfast, it's the same thing. Max is out here naked. I'm just kidding. Okay, Junie, let's go take a look at the lilac. Okay guys, beautiful sunflower. This is the lilac bush. I'm assuming, how tall do you think that is, Max? I'm 5 feet, it's probably, yeah, 15 feet. So we need to prune this puppy down. I need to go get the pruners. First, we need to cut off all the dead stuff. Well, not first, I'm gonna trim off all the stuff that grows like way far out. Like I just want that. I don't need like some popping up like 2.5 feet away from it. So it'll just keep spreading this way. So I gotta cut off like a bunch of this stuff. And then as you can see, like these are all dead heads. So I need to cut off everything that's dead so that the plant can be healthier. Like these are dead. This is dead. Max is going to fill the watering can to water the garden we planted yesterday. Yeah, a ton of this is like dead. So I'm just gonna cut off all the dead stuff and we'll see. Okay, one last peek at it like this, and then I'm gonna go prune a bunch and then show you. Okay, these are all the dead branches I've pulled out so far. I feel like it looks like nothing on camera, but it's taken me 10 minutes. It's quite a few. It looks no different, I feel like. Maybe it looks a little better. Okay, but on the other side, I realized, so here we got the main part of the lilac tree, bush, whatever, and it grows up, and you can either trim them to be like a bush if you're pruning them every year, or they get to be this tall and it's like a tree. Well, then it goes out and it makes little friends over here, and so I am wondering, show you on the other side now that we know there's some base here and some base there, what I'm thinking, and then I have to ask Max what he thinks. See, like there's, those ones are planted over there, and originally I was gonna have you get the saw and cut off all those ones by the other bottom, so we just have that original bottom, and then I'll just prune that tree, or lilac bush, you know? Max is cutting out this right now. It's actually not even lilac. He found a new growth under it. Junie's helping over here.
Not even the same plant.
Oh my gosh.
It's a tree.
It's a tree.
What a lame tree this
You should
be.
plant it right there. Well, we were just discussing this lilac bush. Junie crawled over here to prune the sunflower. We've decided to cut off everything around and just leave the tree because that's what Max thinks is best, because he wants to be able to mow around it and for it to be practical, and a bush isn't practical for him. So although I don't know if I like that idea, I'm just being like, yeah, whatever, I don't really care that much. We just took a couple of thumbnails. Max is getting started trimming all of that off. That's what we've cut off so far.
You can grab it.
Yeah, we're using a hatchet now. It's way easier. Max is. Hey, are you a climber, boy? Here's our naked bush. Here is the finished product. Max took away a bunch of the stuff. We just had to clean up that pile. Junie fell asleep nursing out here, so I am grabbing the watering can and stroller. Max is inside with Junie. I'm just cleaning up the stroller and watering can. Whoa! Don't jump at me. That's scary. Alright, we went to the chiropractor as a family. Then we got back and my camera's all ready. I got a cleared memory card and a fresh battery. My senior is actually meeting me at my house tonight for this senior session because we're shooting by my house. I'm just gonna ride with them. I've just had 2 pieces. No, this is my second piece. I just had a couple pieces of beef jerky, a piece of toast, a piece of sourdough with butter, a pear, and I'm gonna eat this honey chick and the rest of this piece of beef jerky, and that is my dinner. Wanna try?
Alright, Kaylin's at her session. Me and Junie are home by ourselves. Kaylin's only in, I think she said this already, but she's in town, so she's like down the street probably. This is only the second time I've vlogged with this camera, I just realized. So I'm going to try to vlog more so that I can be in the videos more. I just took off my socks so that I can go outside and get some grounding. But we were just upstairs watching a show. We're coming out here to hang out with the chickens. There's one out, and sometimes they get out, they'll like lift this up with like their heads, and then they'll slide under it. So that's why, if you guys like notice, I have bricks under all of like where they can slide it up, if that makes sense. But I don't know how she got up. I have no clue. This is the second time she's got out today. Maybe she's jumping on top of the water bucket and then jumping out. We do not care when they get out. We do not worry. They stay around because as soon as they jump out, they go and hang out somewhere for like 2 seconds, and it's really close, and then they end up literally just coming back and like doing a circle around the fencing. So, all right, I'm gonna get this chicken back in quick. I could have grabbed her when I was going around, but I wanted the camera to be able to see it, so I waited until she went all the way around to here. Her wings are both clipped, which I wouldn't have clipped both if I would have known this, but typically when you clip both, they end up still being able to fly because they're still balanced, so you're only supposed to cut one, but I don't really care when she gets out. It's kind of fun chasing around sometimes. And we're just gonna sit here and play with this toy right now as the chickens just stare at us. You can see him in the mirror. Whoa! We got this toy at a garage sale, and we always play with it outside. But some neighbor kids who like live in that house over there, they literally walked in our backyard and took it, apparently, and they had it in their yard. And we were like, what in the heck? Why would you do that? Junie is scaring the chicks. They're like jumping back. Get him, June. Get him. Get him.
Don't fret, mommy's back home. I forgot to eat my honey sticks. I'm gonna eat it right now. I just got done with my senior session. I need to go fill up my water because it's empty. What did you guys do?
No, we hung out inside for a little bit, and then we were pretty much outside the whole time.